Well, what a difference a day makes. Today is February 25th, 2026, and I'm sitting in my friend's camper. It's drawings from their daughter. Not my usual digs here. And today we're going to talk about testing clothes. And what exactly am I dealing with here is that we don't know yet. I've asked for environmental studies and I've not gotten anything viable back from FACS with Emily Riker's company, and so no one's given me definitive results. Now, here I am in a new space with very limited food and very limited clothing. I just did 7 loads of wash at the hostel where I rented a room for 2 nights. A big commercial industrial machine, washed with hot water, dried with hot, and trying to flush things out. I did not have any vinegar to clean with, which I have here at the house, but my laundry doesn't seem to be working, so I thought I'd try different machines. And the results are negative. Though I can't not wash this stuff out. And so this morning I had this neurologic pain that I get in my legs that starts creeping in, and that's a sign that I'm absorbing chemicals. You can taste it, but it's the burning of the skin. Sitting here in a pair of socks that have been washed, and my slippers that have been washed, and a pair of sweatpants that have been washed. And so the lower extremities are all problematic. This sweatshirt is probably toxic too, but I'm being protected by the underlayer. And there's 2 of them because there's a t-shirt in here somewhere. There we are. So I got a t-shirt and a sweatshirt with a big sweatshirt on the outside. So I'm not getting it too much from this right now except for the hood contact. But what I started doing was putting items in bags and testing it with my dice. And here's a good example. So here's my current testing, and this is a brand new container that I bought. A food grade container. It has never been in the house. And I took my sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds here mixture and put it in, and you can see I'm just under, it's been around 900, but 960. Now I probably should pop this lid while it's in here just to see if we get a little more exposure what happens. There we go. I managed to get that scooted over, and let's see if the readings change, because they might now. While that's taking some time to breathe and test, I want to make sure this is not sitting on its back and clogging the vents. There we go. So we're going to let that run for a minute. I'm going to show you some others. Because I bought an assortment of these big zipper travel bags that you can put a vacuum cleaner on, and I have a little vacuum that goes on it that's battery operated for travel and for storage. Well, I started getting these readings this morning. They were coming up, and I'm like, what is off-gassing? There has to be something off-gassing. Well, there is a potential toxicity here, and that's with the PSAF, I think is it's called. They are forever chemicals, and this could be coming off of the ceiling heat emitters that have been overheated for, well, since 2012. And PASF, I forget, I think that's it. Those chemicals are really bad. You just have to, they're considered hazardous. They have to be contained, which is why I've kept things here on the property in case it is that. 804, it's not terrible, but not clean either. I think whatever this is bonding with plastics. And that can be from a cat carrier to a thermostat, a thermos that you carry around, an ice box, a cooler. It can be fabrics and other things. So let's go through and I'll show you some of my results. So the first thing I checked was dirty clothes bag, and it came in at 1556 in CO2, which is extremely high. For relevance, outside ambient air CO2 is under 200 right now, so that's a big number. Came through. This is a sweatshirt at $9.69. These are my slippers that I was wearing. $9.90. I know. Yeah, $9.90. Socks, underwear, $11.73. T-shirts, $10.56. These are some fairly new tinnies, but they were in the house. $13.12. These are sweatpants and sweatshirts at $9.61. This is a jacket that I just bought that's new at $8.61. And then I had all of my clean clothes, including my big contracting jacket in here and belt, and it's coming in at $13.61. OMG. So everything's going in the big bag, and now it's all going to the garage. I also checked 2 of my handguns, and they came in at $8.80 and $9.18. So those have been unloaded, put zip ties on the barrels so they're completely safe and isolated. And I'm going to go lock those back in the house right now. It's everything that's potentially contaminated has to be replaced. That's where we're at. So I don't think I'm going to be able to move anything at the end of the day. So it's looking more and more like pretty much everything in the house is a write-off, complete write-off. So I went in the freezer and got me some little nutty bar. A little peanut butter, a little chocolate, some crunch. Yum. With homemade coffee, no less. It's all probably very toxic. So, time to get an environmental company on the ball. And I need to go shopping for clothes. I already called the boarding kennel, told them to pull the jackets off of the kitties and sweaters and bag them. I have 2 new ones that just showed up yesterday. I'm washing those in the sink, and we'll let those dry today. And then I'll go up there the next day or two when I can schedule with her and give them their new sweaters and take them some fresh kibbles that haven't been anywhere near the house or the interior of the truck. So those got hauled up there, and the interior of the truck was contaminated. So now that it's been cleaned, we should be a little safer. But I want to, out of abundance of caution, not risk it and go up there, and we'll swap out their clothes and an all new clean food. Again, I've done this before, and I would do it again because you just don't know. And I've got to get an environmental company that's legitimate to come in here, because this FACS is letting me down big time in what I'm finding. These clothes should not have this off-gassing, and this is the phenomenon I've been dealing with. Is every day at a certain time, this will just turn on, and all of a sudden this stuff starts pouring out. Is it temperature related? Is it barometric pressure? All good questions. I don't have the answers. No one can tell me is my food safe to eat. And so I'm going to assume that it's not. And I'm going to get some stuff ordered and replaced. I have taken everything that I could possibly take and put in the garage and in the house now. So it's not in the RV. And of course, when I first set up in the RV, I put plastic down just in case of this scenario. Once I got confirmation, I'd want to make sure that this doesn't spread. So I had a new pair of shoes in the garage waiting for me, which I'm wearing now. I have a pair of socks that are pretty new. And I had some pants in there that haven't even been washed yet, and they had just arrived. And so they're the cleanest I have right now to wear. I'm not burning above, so I'm going to go just leave everything on the top right now. And I'll have to get some replacements. But this is what it's been like dealing with this contamination and cross-contamination, and it just goes on and on and on unless you put a stop to it. Now I've got all of my stuff in bags here, foods and supplements and meds and stuff, and everything's been bagged and zipped up. But are they potentially cross-contaminated because you touch one thing and go into another? Possibly. So I don't trust anything right now. We've got to get some remediation to come in at this point and have a hard look at this whole thing. It just won't quit. This has not been a fun time. It's been very challenging. So we'll go from here, and tomorrow will be a new day. Maybe I'll sleep tonight again, which would be really good. Because I think overall, I'm getting these numbers down with each of these actions. And that's helpful. So we'll see. I've got to get to an environmental doctor next to be detoxified and to try to chelate out as much of this toxin as I possibly can. And that treatment's not going to be a lot of fun, and that's up and coming. And now I'm questioning, should we try to clean the camper now that I've gotten this new result on laundry? I haven't been able to do this kind of a survey and test, and it's taken me hours this morning to sit down and do it. But I think definitively, if we can't wash the way I washed at the hostel, if that's not going to get it out in their equipment, then I think it's all a loss, is the answer. I don't want it in my environment. All right, guys, that's the latest. Stay tuned. Tomorrow will be a whole nother episode of things that I didn't script and didn't plan and didn't see coming. Oh, that'll be a good time. Maybe I have to write off the whole truck right now, too, is the next question. So, yeah, we're going to take it one day at a time and see where it goes. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.